Greetings all and welcome to AlgoFox Academy. Now, after creating courses on AmiBroker where we have explained you in detail how to use AmiBroker including the coding also, and then after creating the courses on TradingView where we have created a similar course on TradingView to explain you how to automate trades from TradingView including coding, we finally move a step ahead. We have created a new series after a lot of inquiries from a lot of users. A lot of users say that they have seen some strategy on YouTube which is very popular and which have views in lakhs. Can I code that strategy on TradingView or AmiBroker and help them automate? So after discussing internally, we now present you a series where we are going to pick popular strategies from YouTube and we are going to code that strategy and also showcase you the backtest report of those strategies. Now the series is purely for education purpose. The agenda of this initiative or this series is not to defame or give popularity to any YouTuber. No YouTuber or any vendor has paid us to do this. This is our initiative to create awareness among traders so that any strategy that they like or they want to follow, before following that, it is very important to validate by backtesting. Today, I am going to talk about one very popular strategy. A lot of people have actually mailed us to create the same strategy again and again. So this strategy is from Booming Bulls. It is based upon Halftrend, ADX+DI levels, and based upon this Halftrend, ADX and DI levels, there are some entry criteria and exit criteria. We have built the strategy on TradingView and we have also backtested it on TradingView. Let us dive into my TradingView account and learn the rules of the strategy and understand the backtest results of the strategy.
Alright guys, so this is my TradingView terminal, and before I deploy the strategy, I would like to tell the rules. So as said, the strategy is from a channel called as Booming Bulls, and a lot of you have requested us to create the algorithm on TradingView and to validate whether the strategy makes money or not. Every strategy is unique. If you know the right parameters, if you know the right permutations and combinations, everything would make money in the market eventually. So to begin with, strategy is pretty simple. The creator of the strategy from Moving Bull channel uses Halftrend by Everget. Everget is an author who has deployed a free TradingView indicator called as Halftrend, and he has given it out with source code also. So if you're a PineScript developer, it will be very easy for you to get the source code and write the code on that. I've already done that, and as we go ahead in this video, I'm going to showcase you that. And of course, apart from Halftrend, the second indicator used is a DMI. So if you want DMI, you'll get DMI in the indicator section. DMI is a lower indicator. So I'll just go to indicators, and I'm just going to show you in the community scripts. You can just search for Halftrend and you will get Halftrend by Everget. You will see the code is available with source code. So I'm just going to apply Halftrend. So this is how the Halftrend looks like. And in the indicators, I'm also going to use a DMI, directional movement index, and DMI is a lower indicator. So you have two indicators. So the strategy is made upon a combination of two indicators. One is Halftrend, the upper indicator that plots on the chart, and next is a DMI, the lower indicator that plots on the bottom chart. Based upon few criteria on Halftrend and DMI, the signals gets generated. So I'll also give the credits of the video in the description, so you can go to that actual original video and check out the entries and exit point. But if you are here, I'll just quickly summarize the entries and exit criteria. Entry exit criteria is very simple. You have to use Halftrend on a 5 minutes chart, and Halftrend has a by default settings. So if you see Halftrend, it is having an amplitude of 2, channel deviation also 2. So Halftrend is based upon ATR, that is average true range. It is somewhat similar to super trend, but it works a little differently. The mathematical calculations of Halftrends are a little different. So it is a slightly different than super trend, and by default variables are 2 and 2. You can of course change around this. You can make it maybe 3 and 2. The moment you make it 3 and 2, you will see the values getting changed. But by default, the creator says we have to keep it as a 2 and 2 itself. So we have amplitude 2, channel deviation 2. Now in the DMI, by default the settings are ADX smoothing as 14, DI length as 14. We have to change it to 13 and 13 as per the instructions, and we have to make sure that these indicators are plotted on a 15 minutes time frame. Yes, so this is a difference. Halftrend will be plotted on the chart. It is based upon 5 minutes chart, but DMI will be on a 15 minutes chart. So when you see here, you will see DMI 15, 13 and 13. This is the setting that should be visible. DMI on a 15 minutes chart, and ADX smoothing and DI length should be 13 and 13 respectively. Apart from that, in DMI, to make it more clear, I'll just change the colors also. I'll keep the ADX color as white and I'll make it a little thick. I'll keep plus DI color as green, make it a little more thick, and minus DI color as red, and even make it a little thick. So we have basically ADX line, plus DMI line and minus DMI line. Also we have to plot a horizontal line at 23 levels on DMI indicator. So I'm just going to plot a horizontal line on 23 levels. So you'll see this is somewhere around here. We have 23. I'll just plot. If you're not able to plot accurately at 23, double click on this, and here in the price make it as 23.00. Now the coordinates will be at flat 23. Also on this 23 horizontal line, I'm just going to change the color maybe to, let us say, yellow for better reference, and I'm going to make it a little thick. We have now DMI indicator with ADX, DI plus DI minus DI and 23 level horizontal line. Now talking about buy criteria. Before I talk about buy criteria, in this half trend you have this median line that is actual half trend, and there are upper and lower bands in red color line, blue color dotted line. So the dotted lines that you see above and below the half trend are the bands. We have to disable those bands. So just quickly go to settings, and I'm just going to disable ATR high and ATR low, and just keep the half trend as it is. If I want, I can change the color also. I can maybe change it to green. So whenever market is positive, half trend will be in green. When the market is negative, half trend will be in red, so forth and so on. So yeah, so this is the exact setting of the strategy, and the logics, the entry logics are defined here. So firstly, for any type of entry, be it a long position or short position. So in algo trading, we have buy, we have sell, we have short, and we have cover. 4 different types of trades. Buy is nothing but taking a fresh long entry. Short is nothing but taking a fresh short entry. Now if you want to take a buy entry or short entry, one thing which is very important or mandatory is ADX line should be above 23 levels. So ADX should be greater than 23. Even for short, ADX should be greater than 23. So if ADX is less than 23, it indicates that market is going to be flat. You will get a lot of choppy signals. To avoid that choppiness in the market and to capture the momentum, we have made sure that even if I'm taking a long entry or a short entry, ADX should be greater than 23. The next criteria for buy entry should be that plus DI, that is positive DI, or the green color line, green DI should be greater than or above the red DI. So red or nothing but minus DI or negative DI. So green color DI, if it is greater than red color DI, then we are in the buy zone. For the short, it is basically red color DI, that is directional index, negative DI should be greater than green color DI or the positive DI. Next condition is that when these two conditions are matching, we have to also check half trend. Half trend should be in positive direction. That means for buy, half trend should be having the green color line plotted, or half trend should be bullish. So half trend should be, let us say, a green half trend, and for short, as you could guess, it should be red half trend. Alright, so when we have these 3 criteria matching, we take an entry. When do we exit? As soon as the green color half trend turns into red color half trend, or if the ADX goes below 23, or if the red color DI crosses above green color DI, any sort of reversal. In majority of the cases, you will see green half trend. If it becomes red half trend, we have to exit. So my exit criteria would be if there is a half trend reversal. So half trend reversal, nothing but from green it becoming red. Similarly for cover, we have half trend reversal. So strategy is pretty simple. And now if I have to show you manually on the chart, where do I get entries and exits? Pretty simple. Let us say, firstly, we have to check whether the white line is above this yellow color horizontal 23 line. So white color line is above the horizontal line somewhere here. So somewhere here is where your condition is getting fulfilled because it is above 23 levels. And now you will see green color line is also above red color line. So it's a buy signal. So somewhere here we are going to buy. This is a buy signal getting generated. And of course, as a trader, it depends upon you whether you want to be an intraday trader or positional trader. If you want to be a positional trader, you can carry forward this trade. So you got a buy here and a beautiful rally, good amount of rally you got. And finally, when half trend becomes red, you got an exit. After exit, again you have to check whether your buy condition is getting triggered or short conditions are getting triggered. So this is how the system works. Now instead of doing all of this manually, what we have done is we have actually done the complete coding of the strategy, and I'm just going to plot that strategy here. So I'm just going to plot upon this itself. So in the indicators have this setup, and I am just going to plot the strategy, and you will see now buy, sell, short, cover, all the signals are clearly visible. Now as you can see, the buy signal, as we were discussing, is plotted here. This buy signal is plotted as per the ADX level plus DI level minus DI level and the levels of 23. It got an entry here, beautiful sell here, and then after that it got a short here. The reason for getting short is here temporarily red color line was above green color line and white color line was also above 23 level, which immediately got converted into cover because red color line immediately converted into a green color line. Now similarly, you will only get short signal as long as red color line is above green color line. So you got a cover here, and after that you got a cover here, and now for get another short, you have to make sure that this ADX line is again coming over 23. So this short will be ignored because on this particular short arrow you will see that ADX line is below 23 levels, so you won't see any short or cover written here. And if you go down somewhere here, there is a short signal because somewhere here ADX line has gone above 23 levels. So if I remove the simple half trend which is already integrated in my this particular setup, I'll just remove it. You will see all the unwanted arrows are gone now, and now you will see entries and exits exactly as per the strategy. So strategy is pretty simple. ADX should be above 23, and if green color line is above red color line and if half trend is positive, take a buy, and if ADX is above 23 and if red color line is above green color line, take a short, and you will have sell and cover based upon the half trend reversal. Now in the settings, what I've also done is I've also given inputs so that user can play around with amplitude, channel deviation, ADX level, minimum ADX value, time frame, etc. By default, half trend setting is 2 and 2, ADX setting is 13, DI for plus DI and minus DI is 13, time frame for ADX and DI is 15 minutes, and minimum ADX value for it to be valid is 23, the horizontal line. And then I've by default kept target as off and stop loss as off, because in the entire strategy discussion there was no concept of having targets or stop loss. But if any trader wants, I've also given an option to switch it on, and we have given two targets, target 1 and target 2. We will backtest on multiple settings and check if something is giving profits or not. And of course, as I said, we have stop loss also off by default. We also have trailing stop loss, which is also off by default. And I've also created a beautiful strategy dashboard which will show us last PNL and all of that stuff. If I scroll down, I've also given an option for a user to select whether he wants to take intraday trade or positional trade. If a user selects intraday trade, all the trades will be squared off at 3:15 p.m. and if it is positional, they can be carried forward for days till the reversal comes. And then of course we have long only, short only. If you're very bullish, you can determine only long trades to be taken from this setup, only short trades to be taken from setup. By default, I've kept it as both. And if you want to convert from the spot or future chart to options, we've also given a scope for options, setting up your expiry and all of that stuff. Now, having said that, by default, if I apply Grasim on a 5 minutes chart with all the simple settings, and if I see the backtest, to check the backtest is very simple. You can just simply click on strategy tester. The moment you click on strategy tester, you will see by default this is the backtest report. But to get the accurate backtest report in the settings, I'll go to properties. In properties, you will see initial capital I have kept as 3 lakh rupees, and to do positional trade we will take shares worth rupees 3 lakh rupees. To do that, I have also added a backtest engine here. So I'll scroll down, and here in the quantity type, instead of fixed, I'll select exposure, and in the exposure I'll write 3 lakh rupees. That means I have to buy shares worth rupees 3 lakh on Grasim to get the accurate backtest result. Now the moment I click on OK, this is the true backtest result. So you will see in 3 lakh rupees I have 183 shares of Grasim to be bought here and sold 183 shares. Now when I'm doing short, in 3 lakh rupees I'm able to have 182 shares of Grasim. Similarly, if the market falls down, I'm able to have 184 shares of Grasim in the exact 3 lakh rupees. So at any point of the time we are deploying 3 lakh rupees flat, and in 3 lakh rupees how many our shares are available, we are buying and selling, and based upon that we are doing the calculations. Now the accuracy of the strategy since it also works on flat markets and trending markets, is 35%, but the risk reward is 1:1.1 by default, and the profits is 13%. So in the last 1 year or so, we have made a profit of 13% using this strategy. We have taken 416 trades. The drawdown, maximum drawdown was 11%, and on average we made 99 rupees profit per trade. Now this is the backtest report of this strategy. In the settings, one more thing that you can add is add brokerage tax and slippage. In the commission, I can make it 0.03%, because if you are using broker like Zerodha, Fire, Allies Blue or Upstocks, you will have to pay around 0.03% of your turnover in the form of brokerage, taxes, STT, slippages, etc. So if I click on OK with brokerage and taxes, now the report is minus 11%. So in the last 1 year, if you're just losing minus 11%, I don't think it's a bad strategy at all. All you have to do is find out good variables that are working here. Now that you got the idea, you understand that Halftrend works well. It works well, very well on trending market. There is ADX, there is DMI. Now as a retail trader, you can use your own mindset and apply some variations on the inputs to check what is making money for you. For example, by default amplitude is 2 and 2. 2 and 2 might have worked very well maybe in the last 6 or 7 months ago market, when the market was very volatile. So the last few months, is the market is not very volatile, it is choppy. So if you see the drawdown curve also, in the last few months the strategy has started giving losses. So in the last few months, if the market has not performed very well, or if it is very flat, the strategy has not worked well. So now you have to figure out what would work best for you depending upon the amplitude and channel deviation. So if I make it maybe say 3 and 3, just an experiment, the losses have reduced maybe to 5.26. I can consider even adding 2 targets, target in terms of percentage. First target is say at 1%, second target is say on target 2. These are just experiments, just to check if I can make more money from any other permutations or combinations. Now if I click on target in the terms of percentage, 1 and 2, okay, if I have 2 targets, it is giving a little loss, minus 7%. If I switch on the stop loss also, let us say my stop loss is 1%, then the losses have increased a little bit. Again, as I said, these are just experiments to explore what works for the strategy, what not works for the strategy. If I keep trailing SL also on, and if I keep the trailing SL as say 1%, then the stop losses, then the losses are minus 17%. So trailing stop loss does not work very well, because Halftrend itself work as a trailing SL. There's no point of adding trailing SL. But if you go to a higher time frame, maybe trailing SL can come handy. Yeah, so this is something. And now if I just see in intraday, whether in intraday we made money or lost. So if I switch to intraday mode, in intraday mode we have minus 23%. In positional mode we will have minus 17%. So positional strategy worked better than intraday. And now if I want to check how much money we have made in bullish trades, only long trades, in long trades we lost minus 12%. In short only trades, let's see what happens, it is minus 5%. So cumulatively both minus 12 and minus 5 becomes minus 17%. And now what you can do is you can play around with target, stop loss and everything. Maybe first target can be 0.5%, right? Second target can be 2%, I don't know. So now nothing has changed much. Stop loss can be a bigger, let us say 2%. So you can do all these permutations and combinations to figure out what works best for you, right? I'll switch off the stop loss, I'll switch off the targets, and maybe we can experiment again with 2 and 2 itself, the exactly same strategy. There is no change here. And now without doing any other changes, if I want to, let us say, maybe try it on a 15 minutes chart, let us just check if even Halftrend is on a 15 minutes chart. Now you will see the strategy is actually making money. After all the brokerage, taxes and slippage also, we made 16% in last 1 year, which is not bad at all. On a 3 lakh capital, after 0.03% brokerage, tax and slippage, we actually made 16% using this strategy, which is very good. And similarly, I can even go ahead and experiment with maybe, let us say, 30 minutes chart. On a 30 minutes chart, we made 34%. So yes, Halftrend can be on a 30 minutes chart, DMI can be on a 15 minutes chart, and overall we still were able to make good 30-34% profits. So this is how you can grab an idea from any video or any resource available on internet, and you can create a strategy on your own and you can validate using different parameters, permutations and combinations, and finally figure out what is working for you and what is not working for you. If the strategy works for you after multiple permutations and combinations, you can do paper trading for a while and then fully automate the strategy. The strategy that we have developed, this particular strategy, can be fully automated with AlgoFox. So AlgoFox is an algo trading platform. I think a lot of you already know about it. You can fully automate this strategy so that when you will create an alert on this strategy, and once you create the alert, you need not worry about the entries, exits or anything of that sort. Everything will be taken care by AlgoFox. The trade will be fully executed automatically. Alright, so results are not that good on a 30 minutes chart. I can go back to a 5 minutes chart maybe, and on 5 minutes chart also the results are not that great. I can consider going on a 15 minutes chart, so forth and so on. Again, the agenda is not to tell whether the strategy is making money or not. Wow. So on a 15 minutes chart, you will see that we have made 248% profit, but the drawdown is also huge. I think the reason for this big drawdown is because of the lack of the capital. I think we should go ahead and maintain maybe 3 lakh rupees in our account. Let us try with maintaining 3 lakh rupees in our account. So if you maintain 3 lakh rupees in your account, your maximum drawdown is 61% in the initial days, but net profit is 124, risk reward is amazing, and after brokerage and taxes also you are able to make good 100% profits in Bank Nifty future. Same you can experiment with Nifty as well. Now if you like this strategy, if you like this idea, and if you're following this idea from a long time, and if you're making money, if you believe in this particular setup, you can even contact our team, get this strategy and fully automate your trades. To get this strategy, all you have to do is click on the link in the description, check out our contact team and get in touch with them and understand the procedure to get this strategy. And from tomorrow itself, you can even add the alerts into your preferred stock or preferred index and fully automate.